I believe Proverbs is 3 and maybe 5 and 6 that talks about trust in the Lord and not lean into your own understanding. And I am coming on here today just to kind of speak briefly and to remind people that everyone goes through it. Hello and welcome back to Love and Hope Can LLC. Um, Yesterday I had a really good phone call with one of my mentees that called me up. And, excuse me, and he was talking to me about, some of the trials and tribulations that he's going through his life at this, very moment. And I reminded him that, you can't you cannot lean into your own understanding, that you have to keep trusting God and help and to continue to have your faith and not give in when things are seemingly harder than you've experienced before, and that the tough times that you're going through only makes you tougher to get stronger and to do better work. And we had an opportunity to just really think about some things and really kind of go over a lot of his successes that he's had already. And with I know when you go through things, you forget about all the good stuff and the great stuff that happened before, right? And so we're only reminded and think about the stuff that we're currently going through because that's all that we can think about because we're going through it at this very moment or the present time. So I just, in my reminding him, I just wanted to let him know how great of a person I thought he was. For him to get through some of the childhood traumas that he had and to see him as a grown man right now and to see that he has done so much to elevate himself and his family, especially his siblings, is remarkable. And I just had to remind him that everybody is not going to stand with you as you walk on your journey, and that people are only in your life for a certain amount of time. I don't care if it's been 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 2 months, 2 days, a week, and 3 days. Okay. And he had mentioned, he said, Miss Katrina, I never thought of it like that. I said, yeah, your heart keeps getting broken because I've heard you talk about this individual several times. And this person is unable to show up for you when you need them. And I said, it's on you to be able to decide on whether or not you want to move forward or you want to cut ties or you deal with him in a not so personal manner anymore. He said, you gave me something to think about, Miss Katrina. I said, I'm glad I did, young man. I'm proud of you. Always have been. I appreciate you. And I see where you're doing the work. And don't forget that God sees where you're doing the work. You've come a long way. And you have a book in you. And so many other young men are able and will be able to see and hear your testimony. But again, don't lean onto your own understanding, unto your own understanding. You have to trust God. And I mentioned to him to go to Proverbs. I believe it's 3, 5, and 6. I'll put it in my description. And you just got to believe it all the way through the trial or the tribulation that you're going through. And just be reminded that even though you're going through your personal moments and personal trials and tribulations, that we all go through them and we all deal with them, deal with whatever we're going through differently. Some people may listen to gospel music. Some people may go to the ocean to listen to the waves and say their prayers. Some people journal. Some people may go out. Some people, unfortunately, and I can't say unfortunately, but some people may drink. Some people may use drugs. Okay. But ultimately, I want you to continue to move forward and trust in your faith system that you have built, your spiritual compass that you have right now, because it's getting you through and you are where you need to be right now. Take this lesson, and whatever the lesson is that you're going through right now with dealing with people who don't show up for you, you have to be able to decide for yourself, is the hurt greater or is it less than? Is it something I want to deal with going forward? Do I need to speak with it with a maybe some more bass in my voice to get him to understand the seriousness of our relationship? You need to decide what you need to do. I can't tell you that. But in the meantime, don't deal with the anxiety over it. Don't go into some type of depression over it. Pray and ask God to lean into you so you can understand it more. Don't lean to your own understanding. Okay? Proverbs is for the young folks. Well, I always was taught the book for young people. It's a guiding post. And since you're younger, and I told him, I said, since you're younger than me, use it as a guiding post. And then Psalms is a book for Thanksgiving and being thankful for what you've already achieved and where God has brought you. I want you to also do that. Take a couple of scriptures. And for your enemies, talks about your enemies and using them as footstools and all of these types of things. Because people are only in your life. That's what I told them. People are only in your life for a certain reason or season. And you could have known this person for 20 years, 15 years. But ultimately something happens, and I'm not saying in every case, because some cases are beautiful. Some people are there forever. But for the ones that's not showing up for you where you need them, and it seemed to be just a one-sided relationship, then that's something that you really strongly need to consider. And with that said, to everyone that is listening to this um, podcast today on Everyone Goes Through It, if you are going through something, say to yourself, is it something I can get through? If it's too much for you to bear, you need to talk to someone, speak out, reach out, talk to someone. Say, hey, I need your ear for a few. I'm a little stuck right here, if that's the case. But ultimately, you can always go to the creator, the God of all gods, um, the most high God, and talk it out, you know. And in the meantime, I appreciate you and thank you again for joining me here to listen to today's message on Everyone Goes Through It. Keep your head up. And if you know someone else that needs some encouragement or need anything that would help lift them and make them a better human being, sow into them. With that being said, I appreciate you. Thank you again. Peace and love. Bye.